Portnoy was so nice, like so cool, took pictures, just like was really like a gentleman about everything, which, you know, he gets a bad rap from certain people depending on your opinion of him.
He's a very abrasive guy. Yeah. I personally like him, but I can tell, like, I can understand why people hate him.
Yeah. Like our sister Steve, his wife, oh, I hate Portnoy. I don't care that he was there. So Portnoy came in, he got his class at Detroit, and he was a little confused because he's like, wait, I've reviewed Tallulah's before, but it's like Tallulah's at alternate ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, he apparently for Detroit, it was a good rating, but it wasn't like...
It's like on tap rating. It's just like, there's some styles that just don't get it.
Yeah, that's good. Exactly, like sugars, and we're a lager brewery.
Welcome back to the Brew That Podcast. I'm your host, Richie Tevlin, joined as always by Evan Blum.
Hello.
Today we have Scott Novick from Alternate Ending Beer Company.
Thanks for having us.
Yep, and Jose Manchola from
Alternate Ending Beer Company.
And then also probably everyone knows you from Yankee Runner 77 on, is it just Instagram? Or
Just Instagram.
Cool. So everyone has seen your pictures all over the place. But welcome. We've been trying to get this set for a while.
There's a few cancellations. I think the Eagles playoff game was
it was opening on Thursday. Yeah,
so that was a while ago then.
Yeah, it was the first week of September.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to text you guys like 3 days beforehand. Like, I don't think this is going to work out. Yeah. But like, it wasn't football season, and like we very quickly realized, like,
it's like, is the game in Philadelphia? Because if it is, please cancel.
Yeah. So this is kind of full circle. I met you like 4 or 5 years ago when I was thinking about getting started.
Yeah.
And you guys have the specific mechanical brew house. So I came by, checked it out, see what it was all about. And now you're here. So this is very cool.
Yeah. Did the dude put us in touch? Yes. All right.
That's the dude. We need to get him on too.
Yeah.
He comes up like every 3 episodes.
He's a legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you guys have a beautiful brew house in Aberdeen, right?
Aberdeen, New Jersey. Yep.
Cool. Like half movie theater, half brew house, half pizza shop.
Yeah. We took over an old movie theater, my childhood movie theater, actually. Yeah. So I saw my first, at least I'd like to tell myself, I saw my first movie there as a kid. And now it's full circle. It's my dream.
Nice.
Dream. Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys have a lot of cool things going on there with like the doodle stuff on the outside and everything. It's like it's a cool spot.
Thanks. Yeah, the Doodle thing came together. I don't even know how it did, but Mr. Doodle did come to Aberdeen, New Jersey, and first time he painted a giant mural in the States. It was pretty cool.
How long?
Oh, wow.
I want to get in beer, but I'm just so curious. How long did that take?
It took about 3 years to...
No, the doodle?
Oh, the doodle, the actual... Well, to get him to come was about 3 years. And the actual doodle, I had to get certified on a scissor lift, officially certified, went through the whole training, actual place, did the certification, and then he did it in about 3 hours.
Wow.
And it's a massive wall.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, I was showing Evan this before, and he just like pumps it out, but the wall is so big that it's like...
It's effortless. It was unbelievable to see.
He's got skill.
Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. And he actually doodled on someone's arm a tattoo, and that guy went and got a tattoo.
That's true. Yeah. That's awesome.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was really cool.
He's got a story to tell.
Are you a brewer looking to open, grow, or plan your next move? I'm Ted Zeller, liquor law attorney at Norris McLaughlin. I've spent my career working with breweries, helping them navigate the regulations that come with this industry at the municipal, county, state, and federal levels. From first permits to expansion into new markets, my team serves as legal counsel on licensing, compliance, and distribution. If you're ready to plan your next move or need legal guidance, I am here to help. Feel free to call me at 484-765-2220 or email me at tzeller@norris-law.com.
Hey, brewery or small business owner. At the Beer Accountant, they understand the unique financial challenges of the craft brewing industry. Come find our booth at the Craft Brewers Conference in the Grand Hall next to the Brewers of PA in Philadelphia this April. Mention the Brew That Podcast and get a free gift. Are you tired of navigating complex brewery accounting and taxes on your own? Staying up late working on financials and getting your finances in order after a whole workday? They're a CPA dedicated to helping breweries like yours thrive, with services ranging from qualified bookkeeping, business tax prep, to strategic financial planning. Stop wasting time on spreadsheets and focus on what you do best: making great beer, and running a small business, servicing over 50 breweries in 4 states. So if you own a brewery or small business, stop overpaying for reactive support and start being proactive with the Beer Accountant. Don't brew that IPA without this CPA. Visit beeraccountant.com to learn how their specialized expertise can help your brewery grow, profit, and succeed.
Cool. Well, can we crack some beer open before we get started?
Absolutely.
I want to try this. What is the light IPA that you have?
Yeah, so it's a Cottonmouth. So we do a series like a Kill Bill series. As a movie theater, a lot of our stuff, most of our stuff is movie related. And we've done 2 rice lagers in the like low ABV range, usually 2.7. But we found that anything below 3, people just, they weren't buying. And this time we went up to a 4 on this light hazy IPA.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I think for the first time we used Carapils, which gives it that body, because something this light, really shouldn't have the body it has. But yeah, I was really happy with it, and it sold great.
Yeah, it's just delicious, and the can art's sick too.
So our designers, I think it was a roommate or a friend from college, some backstory, buys and sells Japanese art. And so he basically provides it for us. So it's moonlit, sea prints. And so we've done this 3 times with him, and I just absolutely love this. Cottonmouth is Oren Ishii in Kill Bill, who is one of my favorite characters of all time. The animated scene is just like absolutely beautiful.
Best.
And then the final scene where her and Beatrix Kiddo fight with the blood on the snow, it's just like, it's so beautiful. And I think this, pays homage to that.
Definitely. By the way, your barcode with it being a movie ticket.
Oh, yeah. Nice pickup.
You guys have changed your designs around for the cans. When did that happen? I mean, I have kind of the similar thing where like to what your original cans were, where it's kind of the same label but just switches up for that like a very specific way.
Yeah.
But it definitely had a look, and it's very on brand with your tapper. But like, how did the first design go, and like when did this new kind of design?
So it's again another good catch. Like it's totally evolved over 5 years. At first we didn't expect to distro so heavy. And our cans were trying to be clever, which I think I like clever, but I don't think it also resonates with everyone. But we had basically like alternate endings. So like everything has an alternate ending and a what if scenario. Our flagship beer is called What If. And so like it was always, what if like Sloan from Ferris Bueller's knew that Ferris was really Batman. So then you would turn the can and Ferris would turn into Batman. But on a shelf, no one's turning the can, right? So we needed something that was more front and center because of COVID, basically, which just seems like so long ago. We went from having no plan to distribute to we have to distribute because we couldn't get people in the door.
Because it was happening, he explained that. Yeah, I feel like I had the same thing where like I put Easter eggs in, and then like I'll have to actually point it out. I'm like, it works less when it's on just sitting on a store.
Absolutely, yeah, and especially if you have to turn the can, no one's doing that. So we change everything to be more front and center. Even little things lately, like our alternate ending presents, we made it bigger and more focused so that we felt like our brand was getting lost in the can.
Yeah.
So that's like the thing about branding and marketing. You just can't be afraid to evolve and do things that the consumer is going to see more than what you personally want.
Definitely.
So yeah, we've evolved, and we do illustrate more also. So like this can right here was a collab with Horus. And Kyle came down and he had picked this, obscure movie, The Reanimator, and we felt like we needed our illustrator to do it. So Lisa Handy, she's just this really great, quirky kind of style. So we had Kyle, and this is my severed head. And then even Willie's Gold right here is another illustration of her. So it's definitely changed with our original ones. We only had a couple brands that we illustrated, and
But yeah, like your chucklehead one is it's like a
That's one of the originals.
Yes.
but it's not exactly the same, right?
Correct.
So was that like at the angle?
Yep. And so even like you said, this would basically turn into a can that goes that way.
Yeah.
But in order to just keep it front and center on a distro shelf, we made sure that it had to change. So this is the closest can to the original, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. We kind of like just jumped right into it though. Can we take a couple steps back?
Yeah.
And then kind of figure out how you guys started the alternate endings? Because you have just come on in the last couple of years, right?
I started like 4 months after they opened.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
But Jose was taking photos at that time.
Yeah, I was doing a blog at the time during COVID because I was bored, and I started interviewing all the breweries that I was friends with, and I was Brewery Friends Feature, BFF.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine started working there. He's like, Jose, you got to do one on them. I was like, I don't know who they are. Like, it has to be friends. He's like, you're my friend, just do it. And I went and I chatted with them, and we sat, and, it was like a great connection. And then I wasn't really doing photography for anyone. And
So you were just writing at this point?
yeah, I was writing and taking pictures of just beer, and if a brewery asked me for help, I would take pictures for them.
Yeah.
But it was never really, income or a job.
Yeah.
That's when Scott gave me the opportunity and said, hey, man, I want you to work for us.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what to charge at the time.
He's still undercharged. Now he doesn't charge us.
No, now now I'm doing festivals, and festivals ask me to do it, and I travel around the country doing festivals and stuff, and I tell them all the time, I can't charge you. You gave me my first opportunity, and it started off as a job, and now this guy's like family to me. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's awesome. So then I guess how did you get started?
Well,
You've been brewing a little bit before this, right?
I was before, like my previous life, I was working for VH1 Viacom, corporate hustle, Times Square for 11 years. And then within the change of the entertainment industry, it just changed so much, and mass layoffs all the time. And I just knew I had to get out of it. And, our assistant brewer now, who's one of my closest friends, Steve, he had this idea one day. I moved from Jersey City to Colts Neck after Sandy happened. I feel like there's all these milestones in life that are based around tragedies, but they all have silver linings. So Sandy happens. I'm in Jersey City for 3 weeks. My condo gets flooded out. Move into Colts Neck and have this, decent sized backyard. Steve has the idea to homebrew. So we bought the kit, how everybody starts. It's, I think a B landed in our beer and in the finished product, and it wasn't good, but we liked it. And then we continued to brew, and I got into it. He got into it, and another friend, my friend Ross, joined, and he's just, brilliant and took our game to the next level with just his work ethic and studying of the water chemistry. So all of a sudden we're taking it way more seriously.
As you're homebrewing, you guys are changing the water chemistry?
Yeah.
As you're doing
we're on the
brewers
too, yeah. And we're just we're having fun with it. And then I sold my place in Jersey City and bought a Sapco, and it's like a glorified macro system, or however you want to say, but in a condensed way. And
You still have?
no, we sold it for $1,000. It was so painful to get rid of it. It was an ornament in our brewery once the first opened. So we got into it, and at that time I was, driving up to Massachusetts to, because my wife was from there, and we'd stop at Treehouse, and this is the original location. And if I had my parents with me, I'd make them wait online for me, and it was like waiting online for an hour to 2 hours to get 12 beers between 3 people, right? So this is crazy. We need to get into this industry, and we're gonna be rich. Yeah, no, not really. So I ended up going to American Brewers Guild, 22 weeks of online lectures, taking a chemistry course just to get into it.
When did you do that?
So that was probably, 2016, I think, 2017.
We might have been in the same class.
Yeah.
Did you go up there?
I did.
To the last?
Yeah.
We were probably in the same class.
That's crazy.
Look at that.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. So That was
It's mostly online. That's why we don't know.
yeah. And then it was a week in Tazov. Yeah. And everybody brought their beer, and there was someone from Creature Comforts who came, and one guy lived next to Troon, and he bought like a crowler of Troon at that time it must have been when Troon just opened.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're about 7 years, right?
I think they're a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so graduated ABG, and then I had to get out of VH1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not making a ton of money, but I've worked 12 years and I put in a lot of time. But I'm just like, I got to get out of here. They're doing layoffs. I'm begging to get laid off, and they're not laying me off. I worked hard, and I always worked
The
hard.
office space, like
Yeah, exactly. Good reference. Finally, I get laid off, and I skip out of there, and the SVP of creatives turns to my boss. She's like, "That was weird. Why is he so happy?" Like, finally, I'm out. 9 months severance. I get a job with Other Half, cleaning kegs, and every day, when I'm cleaning kegs, I'm playing a game with myself. I clean 50 kegs today. How many can I clean tomorrow? Mm-hmm. All right, 60. I'm going to break my record. And they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, no one, people don't work hard like that.
what year was this? Because that was probably Other Half was probably very new.
Yeah, they still had the original tap room. They just had opened the new tap room in Center Street. So my first day on the job was the original head brewer's last day, which I was supposed to interview with him. And so I went in to interview with him, and they're like, yeah, we let him go today, and the keg cleaner's broken. I go, oh, great. So they're like, all right, good news. We fixed the keg cleaner. Go clean some kegs. And I did it, and 3 weeks later, they put me on the brew staff, and I was cellaring, running a centrifuge, and, being ABG, everything is theory, basically, right? Then you spend a week there, and
And it's like, all right, go put on a tri-clam.
yeah, what am I doing? And then, all of a sudden I'm running a $250,000 centrifuge for Other Half. And I always say it's like, it was the Yankees for me, because I used to wait online for, beer.
Yeah.
It was part of that crazy culture.
And you were right while it was like ramping up, becoming like what it is.
Scaling,
Yeah. That's a very cool situation to be in.
Yeah, it was back when it was just like Other Half IPA, and it wasn't even Green City, and it was a West Coast IPA. If you remember, like before Green City, it was.
They're from the West Coast, right? From
Sam brewed in Pacific Northwest, and I think Matt and Andrew were East Coast, but Sam brewed in I think Greenpoint.
Okay, yeah.
And that's where like Juicy kind of started in New York.
Yeah.
So I brewed there, and that was such a great experience for me. I learned so much, and we were running that system 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. And then finally, I'm working overnights and using smelling salts to get over the Brisbane Bridge. And my wife is like, you can't do this anymore. You have a child at home, and you can't work. You're going to die. And at that time, I went out to dinner with her because I just needed a night out. And I went to my favorite restaurant, Heirloom Kitchen, and I went to elementary school with the owner. The owner's like, do you want to open up a brewery one day? I'm like, yeah, one day. She's like, well, my dad owns the space for the Bowtie movie theater in Aberdeen. I'm like, oh, yeah. I drove by it on the way. I actually said to Jen, like, that would be a cool place for a brewery. And he's like, well, they're not going out of she told me they're not going, they're not renewing their lease. He wants to put a brewery in there, or he thinks it would be a cool idea. So I met with him on Monday morning. On Friday, we had an LOI. And as I say, the rest is history.
That's cool.
And then COVID happened. Yeah. And you walked in the door.
I was there during COVID, and it was just like, it's weird. It's like you're opening, but you're having to like go through all the steps of like distancing.
Yeah.
There's like, on top of just trying to open up a business, navigate everything.
We have a 9,000 square foot space, and you have to keep 6 feet apart, tables 6 feet apart. And, we have a restaurant and a liquor license. As you said, we do pizza and sourdough and all that. So it's just like, it's a whole nother beast. And
You guys did have the outdoor section. It's a cool spot. One, unlike a lot of other breweries, you guys have a great parking lot, a great parking situation.
Yeah.
A great like outdoor area.
totally, yeah.
So I feel like you guys were able to kind of like transition into that, kind of lean into that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So originally we weren't supposed to have the outdoor space. Yeah, definitely. I don't think you're gonna start like that.
Good.
There's a smoked Hellas, and this man does not want.
I don't do smoke.
with smoke.
You don't. Who doesn't do barley wine? I forgot.
Me. And I've never gotten so much hate in my entire life. That was
That radiate in the circles too.
Yes.
We were just with Kenny at Human Robot. He mentioned it.
dude, it's like, one, I didn't say I didn't like barley wine. I said most people make a bad barley wine. And people were like hitting me up, telling me I make shit beer like anonymously on like, wow. People like DMing me like, dude, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm like,
You're allowed to have an opinion.
also, so that was Vine Pierce. They ask me questions every single month. I try to make it a little edgy so they keep asking me questions. So I got Evan connected to it. So Evan says that he doesn't like hazy IPAs. I'm like, bro, boring. You got to be edgy.
Yeah.
And then next day it comes out and just like immediately don't drink beers posted like, what the fuck is this? Which I texted him afterwards. He's just like, dude, don't shoot the messenger. I'm shooting what I saw. But
man.
I stand by. I don't really, especially like, I don't mind them, but it's like,
It's your least favorite.
It's a personal preference.
exactly. It was a personal question. Like, I don't. All right. But
I feel like we have to.
Well, this man doesn't like craft beer.
Yeah, I will not drink a smoked beer.
yeah, it was either that or Roush beer. And I feel like it was the safer option, either Roush beer. So, I didn't realize that there was a Facebook page called I Love Barley Wine.
Wow.
Barley wine is life.
Yes, barley wine is life.
Yeah, and then Brett was screenshotting and I sent me pictures of like me photoshopped in it. And I'm like, dude, what is this?
Oh my god. That's funny. You upset the beer nerds.
I know, and it's like I did not mean to like kick the hornet's nest, but whatever. I digress. What were we talking about?
Just coming up and the COVID and 6 feet apart and trying to operate, and that's kind of where we went into this model with a brew pub. It originally wasn't the idea wasn't for a brew pub. It was a production brewery. Coming from other half and watching them scale from where they were to what they are now, which is a pretty incredible story within the brewing industry. I mean, same with Treehouse and Trillium. Like these are the we're all probably similar ages and came up in the same time. To see what these breweries who paved the way in Jersey, Kane, and Carton, and it was just such an incredible, almost like American dream. Like you're making beer, doing something that you love. And now you're opening up into bigger facilities, different regions. Like it's really incredible, but it's not as easy as it looks.
Definitely.
And then you throw in a worldwide pandemic, and it just changes everything.
Yeah.
So, so you have to adjust, and that's what we did. So it came down to now we have to distribute. Your kind of ethos goes out the window, where you're like, I'm only going to sell to accounts that I know clean their lines every 2 weeks. And like,
you have to be careful about what you say.
Yeah.
First starting off, because like what you're doing day one is not what you're going to be doing like even like the next year.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially not like 10 years down the line. So you don't want to like draw a line in the sand and then like have to step up for that.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
you the kind of name alternate endings, all that came because the building was available, and then you were like, let's lean into this because
So originally we were brewing on Eulenbrink Road in Colts Neck, New Jersey.
You were brewing before you opened up there.
Well, just like home brewing.
Okay, yeah.
But we incorporated, and so it was called On the Brink. And when we formulated our oh no, yeah, it's not.
If I'm not doing that either, that's one here.
This is another smoked audio.
Yeah, I want to sit there.
And that's full on. So we use the yeast for that for our Hellas.
Nice.
So that traditional, which I'm not a huge smoke lager.
We got to sell it. No, the beer's fantastic, guys.
Let's see you drink it. Your money where your mouth is.
This is definitely smokier than the last one. The last one was like, very subtle.
Yeah, definitely. So we're brewing on Eulenbrink. We incorporated it as On the Brink. Talked to our lawyer. Have you done a trademark search? Well, there's a brewery in Ohio called Brink Brewing. It's very far apart. We're fine. He said, well, maybe you should reach out to them, see if you could coexist. No, we can't coexist. And we're like, oh, well, okay. We got to figure out a new name. Movie theater. Open up a dictionary of like movie theater terms. Alternate ending, and like. It just works so perfectly. It's an alternate ending. for the movie theater. You know, it was like my childhood movie theater. People in Aberdeen, New Jersey. Aberdeen was built like Levittown, Long Island, right? So there's all these sections, and it's like everybody has pride in their section. Like, oh, I'm in the A section. I actually moved to Aberdeen. I was in the I section, and everybody's like very proud. And this was like the center of the town. So it was like a story you had to tell to be like, hey, we're not kicking this movie theater out. They're not renewing, and we're coming in. So we're gonna try our best to fulfill the legacy that they developed over 30 years. But so this was like the movie theater's alternate ending. For me personally, it was like I was a 9 to 5 or really 10 to 6 at Viacom, and this is my alternate ending. For our head brewer Brendan, he was brewing in Kansas. He was from New Jersey, coming back to New Jersey and opening this place with me. It's his alternate ending. So like, it just worked on so many levels.
Definitely.
And that's kind of where it came from.
There's also so many things you can riff off with the movies.
Oh yeah,
It's never ending.
Yeah.
endless. It's such a good marketing tool to have. Like, and it's fun. Like, it's fun for you guys. It's not like you're probably like just spitting out random stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you like movies, like, it's easy.
Like as my homework is watching movies. So if we're doing a collab, and Kyle's like, oh, I like this weird movie called The Reanimator. It's like, all right, my job is to go home and watch The Reanimator. Or, we did a collab with Wayward Lane, and it was like, oh, it was a, what was it? A Doppelbach or something that had related to goats. So I watched The Men Who Stare at Goats. That was my homework for the night. Where next week we're releasing a beer that's finally based on one of my favorite movies, Dr. Strangelove. So I went back, watched Dr. Strangelove, and like, yeah, it's endless. This is Lord of the Rings, Mount Doom. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you said you were just not taking pictures or doing any of this, and you kind of came in.
Yeah.
And what? Your pictures were just so good that.
Apparently, he loved my pictures a lot. So
No, I love the man. Yeah, he is way more than a photographer. He's really, as they say in Yiddish, a mensch. He's like the greatest person in the world.
You are. Like, when you go to beer festivals, you're not like, you're not just like taking pictures. You feel like we told Ken this. It's like when Ken is at a beer fest, like everyone knows Ken is there.
Yeah, Ken
when
is.
You're there, it's like everyone's just like, oh shit, it was nice. Like, come take a picture of me. It's like it's
and I thank him for that, because I always thought I took okay pictures, but to have somebody say I want to pay you to take pictures is like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then from there it kind of stemmed to festivals, and then it kind of grew from there, and I took that platform and kind of used it for myself selfishly to promote the charity thing that I do.
And there's nothing self.
Can we talk about that?
Sure.
So I was telling him about it. You were on the Today Show.
Yes.
So how and when did that start? And did that start off as a brewery thing?
No, it was. It started 8 years ago.
Okay.
Well, it started way more than that. We used to have a bottle share every October. We would go to different bars, and it would just be a bottle share. And then I was having a drunk conversation with my best friend, Jason, and I said, I think I want to make this an actual event. He's like, let's do it, man. And then the following year, we spoke with Hudson Valley, and they were the first ones to host it, and it was 45 people. And I was like, wow, we raised, the first year we raised like $4,000, and I was like, wow, that was amazing.
And what is Melissa's Wings?
Melissa's Wings. Yeah.
Melissa's Wings, and it's dedicated to your mom.
Yeah, my mom passed away from cancer back in '95. And it started off as something that I just wanted to honor her, because I always tell people, stop saying that you lost somebody or somebody died. Their story will forever live on as long as you tell their story. So that's how Melissa's Wing started. I just wanted to keep telling my mom's story and keeping her memory alive. Now I want to keep everybody's story alive.
Yeah, but I mean, so many people have lost somebody that they know to cancer, to like then bring people together for an event. It's like it's for people to get together.
And it blew up. I mean, after this last one that was at Finback, and I'm grateful for every brewery. I mean, we've done it at the Seed, other half, alternate ending twice. And then this year, coming up is going to be at Icarus.
Cool.
In total, we've raised $269,000
Jeez, I thought
for 8 years.
I thought it was 70,000.
Yeah, $269,000 over 8 years, and it's.
And then where does that money go? Is it one specific charity?
So at the beginning, it was Memorial Sloan Kettering. Some went to St. Jude's. Last year, I kind of tried to switch it up a little bit. I told the breweries, donate it to whoever you want, charity-wise, for cancer-related, because it's so many charities out there, and there's so many smaller,
Local places.
yeah, that people don't even know about. This year, I'm teaming up with Mary by the Sea, which is a house right on the ocean that they bring people, women that are suffering from cancer, and they let them stay there for free. They have counselors on premise, and they stay there for a few days and kind of try to help them, get through all the difficulties of what cancer is. It's to hear you have cancer is some of the toughest words you can hear. So, I always say I wish I didn't have to do it because my mom would be alive and around. But at the same time, I feel like, it happened. How can I keep her memory alive while helping others at the same time?
Definitely.
And it's something that I've never said, but I'm extremely proud of. And the people that I have helping me, like this guy, I can't say how much I love this guy for all the help that he's done with it. I'm grateful. I can't do it without this beautiful community.
I mean,
So-
over $200,000. That's more than most philanthropies raised.
Yeah.
And it's you've done it in a couple of years. It's
It's been 8 years.
8 years, but still, 8 years is not
It's-
that
no.
long to raise that much money.
Correct. Yeah, it's something that I'm very, very proud of, happy about, and it is pennies in the bucket, but it's still something that it's going to keep growing. Like he said, very soon we'll be at $1 million before you even know it. So
Definitely. That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. So what are you expecting for the Icarus event? When you started this, did you have party planning experience, or
I did not. I had
you
zero.
just have a ton of friends in the industry?
Yes. So I started meeting I wouldn't say the right people. It was just I made friends with. If you leave me alone for 5 minutes, I'll start talking to the wall. So
Around Human Robot, and there were 10 people in there. You knew 6 of them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's not including the brewers and the owners. So some people who walked in.
So yes, at the time there was people that were in the industry that were just like me. We would go to lines, and now they became part of the industry. People working out of the half Equilibrium. They just started working in the industry, and and they just wanted to help. And I was grateful for it, and I'm grateful for everybody in this community because I can't do it without them. And the people that you're paying. Bring in bottles, and they don't have to do that, but they still do. Icarus, I'm actually meeting with Jason in a few weeks to discuss what the plans are for this year, the space, how many people we're going to invite.
They can put a lot of people in there.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Beautiful space.
So yeah, I mean, hopefully we can raise even more. So I took about 2 months off because usually it takes about 10 months to plan all these things out.
Yeah.
Working with breweries, working with the beers that we do for the event, because a lot of breweries team up, and I started that, 2 years ago, where I told the brewery, I want you to dedicate a beer to somebody that, won the battle, lost the battle, is battling. And they've made, Joe's Wings, Anthony's Wings this year. So every brewery has made so many different wings beers. Cause like I always say, this isn't about my mom. It's just Melissa's Wings is the name of the event.
Yeah.
This is for every single one of us. So celebration of life.
Remember when if it was at the Seed maybe, and you said, raise your hand if you know someone or it's going through, cancer, and every single person raised their hand. It's just something that affects all of us. It's just, and to have the beer community come together, and that's what's so special about this. It's just, not just, what they're doing for Jose and for cancer research. It's more of what we do on a daily basis for each other. We're always here to, answer our phone if you have a question about a decoction or, pops or whatever. We're just always here for each other.
Yeah, it's almost about like the community as much as it is about the money.
Yeah, and the whole thing that happened with the Today Show, a buddy of mine, Dan, he reached out to me. He works for NBC, and he said, "Hey, Craig's Melvin brother passed away from cancer." I was like, "Dude, I would love to work with him." And the original plan was just to make a beer for his brother, and he responded to us and said, "The only way I'll do it is if we talk about it." And that was a wild day.
Yeah.
It was about 9 hours of filming for about 3 minutes a segment.
They trained Lawrence's wings on the
It's on the Today Show.
It was incredible. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like millions and millions of people are seeing that.
Yeah, that was one of the craziest experiences of my life. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't mean to make a left-hand turn.
No,
there
please.
To talk about another crazy day. Can we talk about Dave Portnoy?
Yeah.
A little bit less.
A little bit.
He came and did a pizza review.
Yeah.
With you guys. So you guys have what's the pizza place that you guys?
So formally,
Let's start with the pizza place. So
Yeah.
you guys have this co-partnership pizza.
we did. So we partnered with a really great pizzeria in Asbury Park.
Yeah.
It was a place that I used to go on dates with my wife. It was like, all right, we got a night out. We're going to go to Tallulah's, work in an heirloom kitchen. There's a few spots. And we got introduced to them. We partnered with them, and they ran our kitchen for the first 4 years. And their whole positioning on pizza is sourdough, which I absolutely love. It's just different. New Jersey has great pizza. People talk about New York, but New Jersey has awesome pizza. Yes. Apparently, I heard there's really good pizza around the corner from here.
Del Rossi's is great.
Oh, it's around here.
We're not that far from New York and New Jersey. It's basically the same thing in my opinion. But yeah, Del Rossi's is right around the corner, and like the most underrated cheesesteaks and pizzas in the city.
That's what we were told. Either cheesesteak or pizza.
Yeah.
So Portnoy has been to Tallulah's, reviewed them, and then he came to us. We do Detroit, right? That's where we're famous.
Love
Detroit, but and so sourdough Detroit. And they did a great job developing it. And we continued that. We changed our recipe because we moved on from them. And, but we still do sourdough. So Portnoy comes in. He doesn't like Detroit, right? That's like his least favorite style. But I get a text, Portnoy's here right now. And we have Dave, the mayor, who's, he was the guy who was always at Kane, right? Like, he just like, him.
He's just a customer?
No, he's a bartender.
Okay.
But he's just like kind of like a legend New Jersey beer guy.
Yeah.
I ran into him randomly at Saurez one time. And like, at that point, that was when I was with Other Half, and like Dan and Taylor were so nice. They gave us a tour, and I was like, Dave, you should come on this tour with us. And so it was like super cool, and like so like randomly we'd run into each other, and then he ended up working for us, and he's the one
that got me to come do the
Oh, that's cool.
So luckily Dave was there when Portnoy came, and he knows the deal, and he took a picture, and he said Portnoy was so nice, like so cool, took pictures, just like was really like a gentleman about everything, which he gets a bad rap from certain people depending on your opinion of him.
He's a very abrasive guy. I personally like him, but I can tell, like, I can understand why people hate him.
Yeah, like our sister Steve, his wife. Oh, I hate Portnoy. I don't care that he was there. So Portnoy came in. He got his class at Detroit, and he was a little confused because he's like, wait, I've reviewed Tallulah's before, but it's like Tallulah's at alternate ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, he apparently for Detroit, it was a good rating, but it wasn't like
it's like Untapped rating. It's just like there's some styles that just don't get it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Exactly, like sugars, and we're a lager brewery from relish. Yeah. So man, he was he was cool, and
did it affect the sales? Because
we had a pop for that weekend, but that was it. Yeah.
Ken had Triple D on when he was at Memphis Tap Room, and he said that like it kind of messed him up because he got like blown up by people just like wanting the burger or whatever he got.
Okay.
From diners, dives,
Right.
drives, whatever. But like, I imagine like Portnoy is kind of the same thing for this generation.
Yeah. I think like if we had a higher score, it would have really gone it up. But for like a week or two, maybe we had some like extra traffic. Like, oh, I saw his rating.
I saw people coming in there doing counter ratings against him.
Really?
Yeah, like there's YouTube videos of people that were like defending you guys.
Oh, no way.
Like they're like, did you
that's awesome.
yeah, no, these things have like thousands of views.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got to get the link for that.
Yeah. Come back in. I'll buy him the beer. No, that's cool. And yeah, he was nice, and I want him to come back because since then we've launched our like bar pie. So, and I know he loves bar pie.
Cool.
So if you're listening, Dave, come on back.
Yeah, he's listening.
Definitely
Thrilled.
He's an avid listener.
Yeah.
So you guys have taken over the kitchen, right? Because I remember when I came to visit you, you were like, we're like kind of setting this up, and like they're showing me how to do everything. How much work is that? Like, is that half your day is just dealing with the kitchen?
It's so draining.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's tough.
Your food is so good, though.
Oh, thank you. We take as much pride in our food as we do with our beer. You know, our beer is what got us into the industry, and we're very meticulous. Our head brewer Brendan is like a purist, and our lagers, unless it's in the foeder, it's naturally carbonated. We're 8 weeks grain to glass on our lagers, and we're single, double, or once a year triple decoction. So like our beer is represents what two things that Brendan has said. One that really has stuck with me is like time is the best ingredient for beer. I think that's a brilliant line.
Time and patience.
Definitely. If it's not ready, the beer tells you when it's ready, right? You don't tell the beer when it's ready.
Yeah.
And then the other is like every single can of beer, my name is on the bottom of it, whether it's not but like it represents me, right? So I want it to be perfect. And I think that's the pride we all should take in our craft, whether it's beer or pizza or the work we do. Like Jose joined us to take over our social media, and I'm like, you have to balance both jobs. And he's like, I can't. I do everything at 120%. And like you can't, that's not sustainable, but that's the attitude we should probably take in everything that we do. But so with the food, we feel the same way. So everything is, scratch made, except for our cheese curds. I'm sorry if anybody loves cheese curds and think they're homemade. They're not. But everything else is pretty much scratch made. And so we take a lot of pride in our kitchen. But taking over a kitchen with a baking department, and it's a lot of work. And you see all these gray hairs. That's basically all came from the last year, probably.
But when I came in, it was very heavy on sit down service. Is that still what it is?
Yeah. Still same service model. It's really cool that you guys have CBC in Philadelphia this year, and the keynote speaker Will from EMP. He wrote Unreasonable Hospitality, and every person on my management staff is required to read that book. And before I opened, this guy Larry Horowitz, who is on, he interviewed for the head brewer job.
He just came up last night.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
He's a legend too. Scott Morrison introduced us.
Yeah.
And he was actually instructor at ABG. He
was your
yeah, he was one of my
instructors. You asked me, just like, do you know where Horus? I was like, I recognize the name.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he was.
Now I guess
I'm trying to think which lecture on the DVDs he was on, but he was actually an instructor during the week at Drop-In Brewery. And he's like, well, if you're opening up a brew pub, not production brewery, you should read Setting the Table by Danny Meyer. And Danny Meyer opened EMP, and then Will was his GM, and that book changed my life. And then Unreasonable Hospitality was like almost like the follow up on it. And
I know Unreasonable Hospitality. I don't know Setting the Table.
Yeah, it's incredible. You should definitely read it. I actually prefer it, but just because it kind of guides my philosophy on running.
What, Setting the Table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he talks about like 5 pillars of hospitality, right? Cool. So the first is your staff comes first, right? No matter what, staff, it's not customers come first, right? Staff comes first, then your guests, then your community, then your vendors, then your investors. And if you do the first 4 right, then the 5th should get rewarded.
Yeah.
Sorry, investors, that hasn't happened yet. I'm working on it. But I think, that is what guides me in the restaurant. And you can't please everybody. And, 99 out of 100 people will have a good experience at our place. But I try to focus on the one that doesn't. But,
There's always going to be that.
Yeah. And so I had a review that was like, oh, that was great. Except there was this weird smell. Like, I don't know if it was the cleaner or something, or the busser's like rag. I'm like, no. So she gave us a 1-star review on Google because the person at the table probably farted. Like, come on. Like, you got to be kidding me. So it's just like, you can't please everybody, but you try to. Right?
Yeah.
So our ethos really is, in everything that we do, we try to do the best that we can.
It's like I said, your food program's good. Your beer's obviously amazing. The tap room is set up. Do you guys still show movies there? Mm-hmm. Is that a part of it?
Yeah, it's
Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, well, so we've done something different lately. We've done try to do like beer dinners.
That works so well.
Experiences.
Yeah, experiences, and that's kind of what's changing. Like we talked about, you have to evolve in your branding and your but you have to also evolve in your business. And it's actually funny because Jose's wearing this, and what was the first thing Kenny said to you?
Oh,
I hate that shirt.
take it off.
And I was like, oh, I'm about to do a Devils one. And I said I would never do a Devils shirt. And I'm like, dude, I need money. I know it's going to sell. So, like, you have to evolve, right? So, we're doing like beer dinners with their kids' movies, right? So we did Beauty and the Beast and timed it where at every scene that they're serving food, we're serving the same food. And Gaston is in. So cool. That's so much fun, right? And the fact that we could do it, so we're showing the movie. Emily, our events planner, has this incredible China collection. She brought all of her China in, so it felt like a castle's meal. And we even served gray stuff. I had the idea of charcoal mashed potatoes. So it was the gray stuff is delicious. Yes, I have 2 kids. I know a lot about it. And, but Gaston's pub, right? So we had, giant liter lagers delivered when it was Gaston's. And he's like, I ate 3 dozen eggs. So we made deviled eggs. So it's so much fun. The content is endless. So yes, we show movies, just not the movies that you would think. Although this is super cool. This past weekend, I guess one of our guests got word that we were doing these things. They're like, well, could we do something personal and rent out your movie theater and do a beer dinner? So they chose Goodfellas. Oh, and we did a beer dinner for Goodfellas for a private party of 25 people, and we did all the food from Goodfellas timed out to the movie. So super cool.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah,
they're eating a lot of good food there.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I keep putting on weight.
Yeah, it's dangerous to work in a tap room that has good food.
Yeah.
Eating an entire pizza every day.
Yeah.
But that's such a fun concept, and I come from the Gen Z set. I'm 27, so that's the type of but that's the type of stuff that goes miles, absolute miles. It's super cool to see.
You're a perfect case study. So what do you want to see? My problem is I'm living in a world of Goonies and Kevin Smith and Cheech and Chong and even the dude that's probably 25 years old at this point. So how do I connect with you?
What are your
Not really
classic movies?
Adam Sandler, sure. I don't know,
I
anything from mid 90s to 2000s would work. But then
you guys had a Matrix beer?
We haven't, but that would be cool.
I had the concept for I love Kung Fu. I know Kung Fu.
Oh yeah. That would be God, if we ever got North Park.
That's where it came from.
Yeah. But Matrix, that's a good idea.
I don't know. I feel some comedy in there too would go hard.
All right, so let's play.
Oh, that's
Ken and my friends couldn't get this, and they're not only potheads, but they're
give
movie
movies away.
Yeah. Can you guess what this movie's from?
No, Kung Fu.
Yeah.
No, it's a kung fu movie.
No.
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy that deals with pot.
Cheech and Chong.
No.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Am I gonna?
Yeah, I'm right. So
what
that's
he's
the
telling me?
problem. Like, I'm like, oh, everybody's gonna get this, and no one gets it.
Well, the cool thing is that like even though I don't get it, it's still a very cool looking brand.
Yeah.
It's the label of actual chocolate bar, which I actually didn't know it actually existed.
Abba Zaba. So.
Oh, is that the Dave Chappelle movie?
Yep.
Yeah. Where it's like, Abba Zaba, you're my only friend. But like, it's like, I think of like, oh, everyone's going to get this, but no one gets it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, we've had this conversation. Also, we just went to Mexico for his wedding. Nacho Libre.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Nacho Libre?
Fucking
So Nacho Libre was filmed in Oaxaca.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, where we got married was, say, across the street from one of, like, this places where they filmed the scene.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And there's just, like, there's a lot of, like, Nacho Libre.
Yeah. So, like, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the early Will Ferrell stuff, too. I think those are some fun concepts.
Yeah.
But you also go with serious movies, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much. I love movies.
But you guys put out so many beers. Like, I like a lot of, like, the more obscure RC movies that are, like, kind of the older class of movies. Like, that's... When I think of your brand, that's what I think of. Yeah. Also, there's like, to me, kind of the older class movies. What is this one?
That's the collab with Horus.
Oh,
So it's a pale lager. We use Rabbit Hill malt. Have you ever brewed with Rabbit Hill malt?
no, but a lot of people are using it right now. I know, who is it? Sgraffito. We just had that. Yeah. I think that they're.
Oh, yeah. They just used it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing what Hillary's doing there. It's like, one, the farm is beautiful, but there is
Craft malt. So
Yeah.
craft beers in this situation, like everyone was so obsessed with hops, and IPAs built craft beer, and then the hazy IPAs built the second wave of craft beer, which was like other half, Trillium,
Right.
all this other stuff. And now we're in like the year of the lagers, the last 3 years, but like lagers aren't hop forward. Are craft malteries going to be the next thing? And craft like malt.
yes and no. Like, there's not going to be a lot of them, but like, I don't think Hillary can make enough malt at this point because everybody wants it. So, and then there's one that we used in Michigan for, I forgot what beer it was, but really, really nice malt too. So like, it's a little bit more expensive, but you can taste it. Like, it has nuance. Like, the seed basically uses all of Rabbit Hill.
Yep.
And like, they have a very specific character, and it's beautiful.
And it doesn't need to be local. Like there's other like wire that can make like super. They can make like essentially like a premium like single batch malt series. And I mean for lagers, I think that like besides yeast and like you can't do it with hops for a while.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah,
You're gonna have to find some other ingredient to kind of dig into.
totally agree.
This beer is great, by the way.
Thanks. It was fun because everybody wants to brew a stout with Horus. So
I remember that conversation.
yeah, what do you want to brew? But he was very. I actually had surgery that day, so I couldn't even brew with him. But I think he had a good time, right?
Oh, he had a great time.
So this is a stupid question. What is Horus? I'm like I don't know anything about beer. I feel like where is Horus?
He's out on the West Coast. He's very well known for his stouts.
Okay.
But talking to him.
Where in California or
Yeah, he brews out of San Diego.
Yeah.
cool.
But he started out making saisons, all beers before he made stouts, and that kind of put him on the map.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one to like land you like on the map. It's like craft stouts.
Yeah.
And he is such an interesting dude. I mean, he has over 200 Michelin stars. That's how many restaurants he's gone to worldwide for Michelin star rated restaurants.
Like he's been to that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's a professional frisbee golf. He's sponsored. He was on ESPN New Zealand.
Wow.
Yeah, he's such a great guy to talk to, and he's so down to earth.
That's cool.
Yeah, really, really cool dude.
How did you get connected to him? Different festivals?
Yeah, no, I met him back in Green City years ago.
Okay.
And then he was at Test doing a collab with the guys over there. And
I have a question. I'm sorry. I keep like changing something.
No,
Where is Test Brewery?
Brooklyn.
And they actually have a physical location
Yes.
there? Okay.
Yeah.
But they're not brewing.
They're not brewing there. He brews out of Long Island, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, another really nice guy, Ben.
Oh, Ben is the kindest. So Ben was actually the guy who said you should go check out Alternate Ending. And then he hit me up through social media and he said, Jose, I want to come visit you. I was like, I was in PA with my wife. We were going away for the weekend. And I said, I got to go back. So I left and drove all the way back to Jersey. And we met up and we just started talking. And yeah, he loved our beer. And I was walking him back to the parking lot. And I was like, dude, I would be honored if you ever wanted to work with our small little brewery. He's like, just say when. And he's like, as long as it's not a stout, because everybody's always asking me for stouts. I was like, shit. And then I said, let's do a lager so you can see our system. And he was all about it.
He brewed it in Jersey?
Yep.
Cool.
He came out and brewed it with us. And then he said, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to do a stout as well. So,
Nice.
You can't do. We brewed the South Next Saturday. Yeah.
And he could talk more about that because I'm excited about that stout.
Yeah, no, just a big badass stout. Had some nice barrels, and it'll probably be there for about 2 years.
You guys do a lot of barrel age stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's barrel age stuff. Kind of like for so many years, it was like this is the epitome of what the highest end beer was, and then I don't know, people just forgot about it.
Yeah.
But same thing with like the malts. Like we need to figure out another angle in craft beer, like where to drive value.
Right.
And I think going back to barrel age stuff is like a great way to do that.
Yeah, and it's whether it's barrel aged like stout or mixed culture, but
Yeah.
we have a fooder, so that's a barrel aged beer as well in a way. So like you can definitely do that with lagers and barley wines. Oh yeah.
I hope that catches.
Yeah. And we've done we did a beer with Bobby from Esker Hart, and that was a barrel age, which I'm sure is dead over at that place in Connecticut.
Oh God!
But that was a barrel age.
It was oh my God! I have it on the tip.
It was a lager. It was Baltic Porter.
Baltic Porter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
So yeah, you did definitely.
That was Into the Wild reference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have fun with barrels and different barrels. I had an idea, which I'm still trying to execute. I went to Madeira with some restaurant friends.
Yeah.
And, Madeira wine is something actually probably really important to Philadelphia because when the Founding Fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, they toasted with Madeira.
Right. Didn't they drink like 200 bottles between like 70 of them or something?
It sounds about right.
There's some like ridiculous amount of alcohol they drank.
Yeah, I'm sure they had to. So I want to do there's this like weird cocktail that is like chocolate syrup or chocolate powder, Madeira, and beer. Wow. So we brewed a beer with Finback, and we want to get that beer in Madeira barrels and then condition it on chocolate and like recreate this Madeira cocktail.
That's sick.
So like you could have so much fun.
I'm excited for the name of that beer.
Yeah.
Do you have a movie that's going to go?
No, that wasn't a movie.
Yeah. What was it?
Are we allowed to say it?
Yeah, we said.
All right. So Finback was their barrel aged stout, which is one of my favorite barrel aged stouts.
Great stouts.
Yeah. It's BQE. That's kind of their signature stout, barrel aged stout beer. So BQE is the highway going into their original location. So I said, what highway do we have coming into our location? GSP. So BQE, GSP, and we're going to use the same format from the BQE to make the GSP.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I asked him if it was okay because we always do movie themes. He's like, yeah, let's do it. So,
I feel like we have to crack this now that we're talking about barrel aged stuff.
Definitely.
oh, please, don't cut yourself.
Yeah, this is the action shot.
I actually thought about doing it. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm clumsy.
Nah, you should probably do it. You're more.
No, you got it. Just need the bottle opener now.
Yeah.
You have it?
That's all you need. Just
That's it. Yeah, just
What do you think you guys make so many different types of beer. What do you guys said you were like a lager brewer. Is it mostly lagers that you guys are making now?
Yeah, I think, we pretty good balance, but lager is definitely our passion. And, we were set up with the decoction system. Give me cuts more. No, I got it. So the decoction system, lends itself to, did you get it? Do you end up getting the specific?
No, I don't even have a spot. I contract brew right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I came in a couple years after you, and I was just like, I don't think I'm going to buy this right now.
Smart. Yeah, definitely. Well, so the specific decoction system makes it very easy to move wort around.
And you guys designed it specifically for that, I remember, right?
Yeah, with Scott.
Yeah.
There are a few things that could be tweaked, but so if and when you do it and you want to do a decoction, we can definitely work with specific to make a couple good adjustments.
Cool.
So we started with 320 vertical tanks, cones, and 410s. And then since then, we've added mostly horizontals. So we definitely take our lager program seriously, and almost every single lager we do is.
It's also it's just so the fact that in your tap room you can see into the brewing production space. Yeah. There's something about horizontal tanks that are just so cool that it's it's very scenic.
Yeah, and our Royal Rug right there. Our tank is close to the bar.
By the way, this can is awesome too because it's very similar to the other one.
Yeah. And that's one of our flagship. That's our first beer we ever brewed on the system. And it's closest to the bar, so all of our beer, if you drink a Royal Rug at alternate ending, it's coming directly off the tank. So it goes through there onto a lucre, and we're
That's legit.
Yeah, so it's cool. But yeah, so lagers is definitely our passion. We, take our time with it. We feel that, there's a lot of great breweries in this country right now. And to be in the conversation with people like Human Robot and Schilling and Wayward and Wild East and Good Word. And there's so many that are doing these decoction lagers and taking their time. And, it's just like, I don't know. It's like I said earlier, it's like romantic, right? Like to take this time and brew beer the way that the Czechs and the Germans do. And, it's just been done for so many years. It's just like, juice is still going to sell, right? IPA and, it's incredible with Troon and, a couple other breweries that still get these incredible lines and it's a testament to what they're doing. But for us to brew lager, we know we're not going to get lines. We know we're not going to get over 4 rating on our, Untapped or whatever it is. But it's just something that we love. And for me, I love to drink it. So,
but you guys had the foeders too. Foeders are, when I started brewing 2015, I thought foeders were going to be the next thing that took off. And that's just, so cool. It's like a live barrel that you guys just keep all the time.
Yeah. And ours is, temperature controlled. So we lager in it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it was,
what beers are you guys lagering? I feel like what?
So we did, the Helles in there, or the smoked Helles.
Nice.
We were talking about it earlier. To me, the most romantic beer that we ever brewed was our Willie's Gold. We use all organic malt, and we do a double decoction on it. It goes into the foeder, and then it spends about 6 weeks in the foeder, so about 2 weeks in primary, 6 weeks in the foeder, and then we bring it back into a stainless steel horizontal, and we use fermenting Royal Rug. So, I throw all this shit at Brendan. I'm like, this is an idea. Can you make it happen? And so he has to time it when Royal Rug is fermenting. So we'll use that fermenting wort to krausen it. So we'll actually be able to naturally carbonate it.
That's sick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's the most romantic beer that we do. And that was based on Hill Farmstead. So we went up to a Hill Farmstead and to Schilling just on a brewer's retreat or whatever. And we came back with that inspiration. So I went to my head of finance. I'm like, I really want to buy a foeder. She's like, no. She's like, this is the only time she's ever said no to me, right? And I was just like, you know what? this is the only time you've ever said no to me, and this is the only time I'm ever going to overrule you. And so we bought it. No, I don't know if it was worth it, but it was worth it to me. Yeah.
It's got to be nice for you taking pictures that your space is like amazing looking.
Yeah, I mean,
Just have so much cool looking brewing equipment.
I have a lot of locations where I could take pictures in that spot. And you know, one thing that I do take very personal is, you know, I not only take pictures for him because I love him as a human being.
Yeah.
If his beer sucked, I would not be taking pictures because I take pride in, you know, I've always hated the word influencer. I always tell people I'm an educator.
Yeah.
I will not get into the fruited sours. I will not get into, you know, dessert stouts. You know, it's not my thing. I get why people love it. But it's a trend, right? We saw the brewed IPAs, we saw the cold IPAs, we saw all these trends going. But at the end of the day, you just have to focus on making good beer. As long as you do that, you're going to succeed and you're going to keep growing and you know, you're going to have the tap room people, regulars coming. And when I had his lager for the first time, I was like, oh, this is a really good lager. And at the time, I wasn't a big lager guy, but during the pandemic, I really got into lagers because, you know, doing those Zoom calls and having, you know, 3 bottles of a barrel-aged stout and passing out at 2:00 in the morning wasn't fun. And I learned to...
When you're drinking all day, you got to keep it toned down.
So I learned how to appreciate a lager, and you know, it's now it's probably one of my favorite styles.
Also with the Lucre faucets, like you guys take nice pictures with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's just it's important to us. We, Brendan and I, were lucky enough to be invited by Lindsay and Brett at Wild East to be in one of the very first Lucre training for the...
Cool.
Yeah. It was an amazing experience with 2 incredible people over there, Jan and Andres. And we developed like lifelong friendships, I think, with them, and to learn how to not only pour the beer, but educate it on the culture. And you know, as brewers, you can make beer, you can make great beer, but if the bartender pours it shitty, it's like all that hard work is gone, right? Like, or if you have a dirty glass, right? And you see these like nucleation sites coming up, and you're like,
You spent 6 weeks making it and like instantly ruined.
Take pride in what you do.
Yeah.
From brewing it all the way to the consumer. It's if you don't take pride in what you do, it's just why do it?
Right.
So.
And then so you're in Pilsen, and you go to like the first day of the course, you're going to different bars in Pilsen, and we go in with this guy who just won the award for the best tapster in the world, basically, right? And like you walk in with him and everything gets silent. They're like, he's here, you know? And like, what the fuck is going on? And
You're about to have a delicious beers with this happening.
Yeah. They're like, they have to pour perfect because, you know, we're going to these places to see how they pour. So we go to like 3 or 4 different places in Pilsen. They're all pouring the same exact beer, and they're all pouring it in the traditional way, but there's just little differences by the tapster, and they're so revered. And it's like the brewer doesn't mean anything there. It's the tapsters that are important.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they're talking to the customers. You know, to the customer, they are the beer.
Yeah, and you're presented nicely, and you know every beer is hand washed, and you know it's just, or every glass is hand washed. It's just
Is
like
he the one that came to?
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, they ended up coming to New Jersey and New York and Pennsylvania and doing training different breweries to pour out of a Lucre, which it's all.
So I have a question. On top of not liking barley wines, there's some other like preferences or ideas that like just everyone hates me for. The Lucre faucets. What is the efficiency of them drinking out of them? Like, can you pour IPAs through them? Are they more or less efficient?
No, and
are they more or
that.
less efficient?
So if you don't know how to pour it, they are definitely less efficient because you're going to have a lot more waste.
Okay.
So if you have no idea how to use a Lucre faucet, you're going to waste beer.
Okay, yeah.
Can you pour an IPA? Absolutely. They encourage it.
Because if you can dial it in, I feel like you should be able to get a slightly better, you know, draft efficiency from it. and
Yeah.
get the same pour that you would get from a normal tap.
Absolutely. And like but you have to know what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah.
And like it's about training. So I mean, we did a 3-day course to learn how to pour a beer, to pour 3 beers, right? A Schnit, a Ledinka, and a Malika.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely, they take it seriously. And if you don't know how to do it, you'll have a lot of waste. So every bartender in at Alternate Ending has to go through training with Brendan, because I did the whole course and I'm out of practice. I'm not even going to pretend to be good at
He's
it.
going to be at Little Beers, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Or
Good word.
yeah, no. What's her name? She's going to be there. So I don't think.
Oh, it's not him. It's,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Magda.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like super cool to learn the right way. But to your original point or question, you could pour anything through a liquor, and I think they want that because they're in the business to sell
For sure.
tap handles, right?
Yeah.
So if you're only pouring lager out of it, you only are one style.
Most people that have it, they have like 2 or 3 Lugers, and then the rest are kind of like,
Yeah.
I guess the normal draft tap handles. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something I've been asking everybody that's all brings up Lugers, and everyone's telling me like, well, I don't know, that's kind of weird. I don't know.
No, it's great. It you know what it does? It protects the beer, right? So there's no oxygen. So you have this beautiful foam that is always protecting the beer. You can tell, we're doing protein rests and step infusion and stuff for the final product. So, but when you put it through a Luker, you're getting this beautiful lacing on every sip that you take, right?
A cocktail bartender takes a lot of effort. That takes skill.
Yeah.
And also, you probably get tipped more. I feel like.
Can we ever put a cocktail through a liquor?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Get a nice head on the wine instead of tapped wine.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like kind of part of the experience of drinking the beer also is like how it's poured. It's the same thing as like making a cocktail in front of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in my opinion, like if you go to any brewery now, somebody has a Luker,
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
but not everybody knows how to use it. But
Yeah.
you can tell, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but you could tell who was properly trained on how to use a Luker, and it becomes one of those trends again, right? It's everybody has a Luker, we have to get a Luker. You don't just get it to get it; you have to learn how to use it.
Right.
That was my point with the bowling. Not everyone can make a great bottle wine, but yes.
Yes.
That was the point.
Full circle.
Yes. But I think we were like well past our time.
All right.
This was an awesome episode. You guys are very fun to talk to.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll see you guys around. I'll definitely see you around at every single
Yes, you will.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. This is a full circle moment
This
for me.
is great.
And your beer is amazing. So
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us. Yeah, this was really fun, and glad to share some beers and some laughs. And yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just what's next for Alternate Ending.
Oh, what's next? Going to South Korea next month.
right.
I'm really excited about that. My daughter is obsessed with Korean culture and music, and so partly doing it to connect with her because she's becoming a teenager. And
Did she watch Korean dramas? Monica cannot stop watching Korean dramas.
today,
Yeah.
we just got back from a trip to Madrid, and the 3 of them sat in front of me, and I'm like, what the fuck are they watching?
It is the worst TV I've ever seen in my entire life. It's all
I will not be watching it.
Korean dramas.
Yeah. So yeah,
We have a lot coming up this year. I mean, we have some cool festivals, some first time festivals, some repeating festivals that we'll be going to. So
There will be a Little Beer, our next festival, and then CBC is in Philadelphia. You guys have to be pumped because
We're hosting, so we're gonna have like people rolling through. We're gonna do like I don't know, like you say something. This is coming out after the fact.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like half-hour episodes with like people from on.
That's still-
that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like because this is in person, it's like this is our chance to get some people that will
Definitely.
get.
It's going to be really cool. And if you're going to go there, the lectures and to see Will, and it's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
soon after the
landing and
our derby.
yeah,
That's
right.
so we have our own event that we host once a year that he said he would never do it again. We have some big breweries pouring this year, so I'm very, very excited about to curate that list. And
So it'll be I think May 2nd or 3rd. It's coincides with the Kentucky Derby.
Nice.
We call it the Brewers Derby. last year. So it's cool. So we have a liquor license, right? So we can buy everybody's beer, and then they don't have to be treated like they have to pour the beer, like a traditional festival. Like, hey, we're inviting you. You have to pour the beer. Just we're going to buy the beer, and you come and hang out. And it gives us the ability to have kind of like a big festival without making it big.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, this year is going to be a little bit.
Is it in the parking lot?
It's in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You guys definitely should come to it.
We'll be out there.
Yeah.
It's
Don't want to miss it this year.
There's a lot of really good beer, and that's the point of it, just to bring a lot of good beer from New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, all in one spot, which typically, because of New Jersey's archaic, terrible laws, you can't do. But we have the ability to do
In the
it.
middle of New York and
Yep.
Philly, so
Yeah.
you guys can
It's perfect.
You're going to have hopefully a few outside of those 3 areas. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can we space get that to the pour some beers down?
We can go.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm up for it. So then where can we find you guys? At alternate endings everywhere?
Yeah.
Alternate ending, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's probably my closest friends and partners at Lita next door. She always calls it alternate endings, and I always laugh.
I always forget Evan's names.
Yeah, there you have it. I call my son my dog's name. It happens. But yeah, so we distribute. We're with Serene
Cool.
in Pennsylvania and New York and New Jersey. We self-distribute in a 10-mile radius because they changed the laws finally in New Jersey to allow us to do that. We were with 31st before Serene, and 31st were awesome for us to break into the Pennsylvania scene, but it just became more streamlined for us to go with Serene because they were doing so well for us in New York and New Jersey. We're in Virginia and South Carolina, North Carolina. So we have a pretty decent footprint. But yeah, I mean, best to just come visit us in person. And
Definitely. Your tap room's amazing.
thanks. I'm trying to be there, be more present too. And
If I'm there, I'll take your picture.
There you go.
but yeah, it's been a wild 5+ years, and hopefully 5 more because our lease goes to 11 years.
It will be another 5-6 years.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. You can follow us at Brewdat, at the Brewdat Podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe.
5 stars, please. Thank you.
Yes.
There we go. Awesome. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.